Hi, Daniela. I'm going to give you some feedback on your portfolio. First suggestion I have is to make this self-assessment in point form as if you're kind of making this case. The second thing is you should probably follow this guideline um, because it will give you the key things that you should focus on. I think you've done a good reflection here. I think the grading guide might help you a little bit more. So but let's take a look at this. So you spent a couple hours on the notebook activity, and you provided a description. You've given me the paragraphs and the reflection. Um, Now, that's interesting. You said you attached your good note showing my reflections and thoughts, but I don't see any link to that. You really, really do need to use your prompt here, and it would be helpful if you actually copy the prompt in. Well, you have to copy the prompt in, answer the questions, and then do a link to your actual activity with that. And then provide the summary that it provides, because you're giving me this general summary, which is fine. But it's organized in a paragraph format, which is much harder to read. I don't know, it's not kind of tightening up, or sort of, it's not breaking it up into areas where I can sort of see, okay, that's what you did. I can see you've done some reflection, which is good, but be better if you followed the prompt. In fact, I, I would hope you would do that the next time. And you have a personal project activity, spent 2.5 hours, good amount of time. You're going to focus on how generate a visual support younger children. Um, so it'd be nice to have a title for the project. Um, yeah, so this, I'm not sure what you spent your 2 hours on. At the end of this week, you should have had a title, a good description of the project, and a plan for doing the project. So you may not have been as efficient as you could have been. Plus, you need to use this prompt to give me a reflection. I need a reflection of this. So that's missing. Again, you seem to be doing your own thing here with your contributions, and you need to use the prompt. The reason is I can't have people doing it. I can't have it. I would prefer not to have people doing it. I have 115 to 120 students, and if everybody's doing it their own way, it's very difficult for me to kind of take a look at it. But I'm convinced you have a good description here. You've got this here as a YouTube video. Be good to put the actual time of the YouTube video here, and then the description here, maybe a little richer description would be helpful for a student who may. These are supposed to be resources that are going to be helpful for people. And then yeah, so those are my suggestions. I think maybe your self-assessment is a little high. You need to follow the self-assessment guide, okay, to justify it. Use point form. Use this Gen AI prompt to actually generate your reflection, okay? In your case, I would include a link to your actual interaction with ChatGPT or whatever. In this case, I would like a link to the actual project and the name of the project and a description and a plan and also a reflection. So you're missing a lot here. Um, and yeah, so what I would also encourage is you to look at the example that I gave the whole class, a really solid example. So I'd say this more around the B quality work at this point, and that doesn't mean you can't change it all up and improve it, but you can focus on next week. But that's my feedback for today.